All right, so once again, another interview in the back. I'm Marmaloo, and I'm here with...
Oh, Benny. Hey.
Which team do you play for?
FROYO Tech, sponsored by manco.store.
So, perfect. So I'm curious, how did this team come together? Throughout the time, you kind of picked up new pieces, got the same ones back. How'd that happen?
Well, you know, Habib, Jay, Meyy, they were kind of a staple of the team for a long time. So we were lucky enough to have them excited to play LAN, and so they hopped back on board on the team. Highfive is a new addition. He's a veteran of the scene, and I would say his time was, due to be on FROYO Tech. He is a guy that I've gotten along with, and I think that, with his experience and skill, he was a good fit. Donovin is a new generation player for FROYO Tech. A couple seasons back, after I-69, a lot of people wanted to take a break from playing, so I rebuilt the squad, and he ended up being kind of the most promising prospect, and he's stuck with us for a few seasons, and now he's here with us at LAN.
He's been playing well so far.
Yeah.
One thing I want to ask, since you've made so many teams with so many different players, what's kind of the main thing you look for when picking up a player?
I would say the main thing I look for when I pick up a player is experience and someone that I can trust, someone that's a team player, someone that can take feedback and criticism, and who can play confident, I would say. Usually the team works best if I don't have to hard micro people, but we can kind of be a little more loose and freeform, so people can step up, and at any moment anyone can be our playmaker.
So with the kind of class switch up right before LAN, what kind of change, what really prompted the change from you to switch from Soldier to Scout, and Jay from Scout to Soldier?
Well, I would just say our strongest team composition includes me on Scout, just because when I play that role, I have the best sort of perspective on the game. I can see a lot, I can call a lot, I can coordinate a lot, and as the main caller, that's really valuable. When I was playing Soldier, the nature of my play style and the class, it's more of a supportive role, and so I kind of was forced to take more of a back seat and kind of be more of a sacrifice in some situations. So playing Scout just seems to be a more impactful role in general, and provides more structure for the team. Jay, he can play anything, but his Soldier is really strong, and if you you think back, it's basically the core that we had at I-69, and previously we also played at the Boston LAN with very similar core as well. So we're kind of just trying to replicate a lot of that. I would have been happy to play Soldier on LAN. It would have been fun, but we're here to try to win, so I'm willing to sacrifice my novelty.
Enjoyment.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy playing Scout. It's definitely a class that you can control the game with, and I personally enjoy that aspect of it. But Soldier, it's just a different experience, and every once in a while it can be fun.
So with kind of the past seasons, you've had two main kind of rivals, WG and G6. And I'm kind of curious, what do you see as the big difference between the two, and what their strong suit is, what makes them such a strong team?
Well, I wish Witness Gaming was still around. It would be far more interesting. They kind of pioneered sort of the Soldier double deep mids that was making some waves in the invite scene a couple years ago. And that really changed the way that people played for a little bit. But I feel like that relied a lot on the coordination of their soldiers and just the execution. Nowadays, the teams, or at least G6, they play a little bit slower. I would say the biggest difference is probably just their medic is a little bit more passive. Well, I mean, it's the same medic, I would say. So that aspect is still there, but G6 doesn't just send it as hard. They rely a lot on their ability to, set up Uber advantages, get forces, get med picks, so that they can always have Uber advantage. If you usually analyze the games they win, their med has very few deaths, and so that's what they want. And their players love to take risks and go for plays, and they love to take 1v1s. So people just always have to be, keeping track, being careful, watch out for traps, watch out for flank shoves, watch out for off classes. So it's one of those teams that they use all the tools available. So you just got to be anticipating constantly and trying to deny those sorts of opportunities.
And to respect your time, I got one more question. I know you got to prepare for the next game. What are your top three players you kind of looked up to as you're getting up, as you're growing to kind of be who you are now?
When I was first joining the competitive scene, it was a long time ago. So this would have been back in like 2008, 2009. I was a Demoman player back then, so a lot of the Demomen were kind of the players I would look up to emulate, like Dummy. Another one was Ruin. Ruin played Scout and Soldier and Medic. Very versatile player, very smart player, good main caller. Always, respected his abilities. And then Reptile. Reptile was kind of the god TF2 player in the earliest days of the competitive scene. And the interesting thing is I ended up playing on a team with all three of those guys.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, so it was quite an awesome experience, to rise through the ranks and eventually, bump shoulders with those guys and go to LAN with some of them. And, it was a good time. And now I guess other people see me the way I saw them, so that's cool.
I got the same thing with meyy, because I used to watch those videos and then I play with them.
meyy?
meyy.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Otherwise, I know you got to prep for these next matches, so
yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Otherwise, another interview if you've been watching all of these. Thank you for watching.